Well, I've got Hayden here from, do you want to say the Patrol Factory? How do you want to do it?
The Patrol Factory, yep, that works fine.
Or Black Duck Valley?
Yep, a bit of both.
What are you going to be at Black Duck Valley? What's your title?
I don't know, I think the man of the hour is sitting over there, but
Yeah, but I'm interviewing you.
many hats, mate.
What are you? The Many Hats Man.
Many hats.
All right. Well, I've got Hayden here from Black Duck Valley, the Many Hats Man, and the Patrol Factory as well.
That's correct, mate. Yep, correct. Yep, been doing the Patrol Factory for nearly 2 years now. Black Duck Valley's a bit of a recent one for me, but really enjoying it. The family's really enjoying it. It's a really good life experience for everyone. So, yeah, no, it's been really good, mate.
Yeah, nice. So how did you get involved with all this?
I've always been around four drives.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever owned a sedan in my life.
Yep.
From the day dot, it was four drives. So I've always been in the scene and starting to come out here when these guys reopened the park and really fell in love with the land and the tracks and the people and just sort of stuck around, and one thing led to another, and
Nice.
yeah, this is where I am.
What was your first hobby?
First Forby was I can't remember if it was it's an early Pajero,
All right.
an old early
yeah.
Pajero, yep.
Old patch. Doesn't that mean something in some other country? I can't remember what it means.
Look,
But
they reckon the Pajeros, wins all the Dakar rallies and all that stuff. I don't know.
it's like Spanish for...
I spent more time
Something.
replacing CVs than I did four drivers.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
It's
Yep.
one of those. But no, that's what broke me into it. Nice, cheap vehicle to get stuck into it. And like most people, you get hooked. And
You don't need much to get started, eh?
you really don't, no. And I think that's a big misconception.
Compared to this thing, this is like a contrast.
Yeah, definitely. Look, it definitely helps, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't say, like, if you're looking to get into it, definitely don't go out at the ball of the gate and just spend a ridiculous amount of money because you don't need it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
not-
on that note, like,
Yeah.
if you were to have any car you wanted in the world, what would it be?
it's a really tough question. I'm a patrol man, honestly,
Yep.
so it's going to be a patrol.
Yep. So that's your dream car?
Still is, yeah.
Yeah.
You
GQ or GU? I know you got the GU now, but
You could hand me $1 million budget, but I'd still be a patrol man.
yep.
But look, it's a hard one. I love my GQs. I've had a few of them. I just absolutely love them. But the older I get in age, the more I appreciate a bit more comfort.
Yeah.
Hence why I've gone away from the GQs a bit now.
Yeah. Nice.
But look, I think give me an unlimited budget, I'd still probably build one of these. Just something completely different though.
yeah.
Engine conversion.
So if you were to start over with,
Yeah.
say, let's say a GU, standard blockers and stock, what's the first 5 mods you do to it?
If I could start over, I've been down this track before. In the beginning, I used to pay a lot of attention to looks over functionality, so I was spending money in places that didn't actually make the vehicle any more capable, it just made it look good. So my advice would be don't get caught up on the look of the vehicle. Don't go chasing the TikTok likes and all that. If you really want to get into it, look at doing things like reduction gears, decent suspension, lockers. Those things are going to get you way further than a flash set of headlights or a paint job. So
Yeah, sure.
yeah, that'd be my advice looking back at myself. Is that's where I'd be looking.
Yeah, right. So when was the first patrol you got?
First patrol, probably about 7 or 8 years ago now. It was a Series 1 3-litre ZD30.
Yeah, right. So GU.
GU,
Yep.
That was the first patrol. Had that for a couple of years actually. Went through 2 or 3 motors.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 2 or 3 of the ZDs before I gave up and finally put an LS in
I
it.
think it might be a Nissan thing because I got a Navara.
Yep,
I've blown that bloody thing
you
up.
did. That's right. Yep.
So I don't know. It might be a Nissan. I've always thought the Nissan diesels weren't up. Well, I don't think they're up to scratch.
Yeah.
I think they get the petrol thing right, but yeah, with the RBs and all that, and even the TBs,
Yep.
they're doing really well. But yeah, they didn't really nail the diesels.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I know the TDs are out there, but that's a very old motor now.
It is. Yeah. Yep. Still a good motor. Some still call them God's motor or whatever, but each to their own. But yeah, I agree with you on that. They're definitely getting on in age. They're not cheap to maintain anymore.
Yeah.
Definitely not. But yeah, no. So my first one, ZD30 GU, had that for quite a while, and then after that, it was just patrol after patrol.
Just upgrading. And now you've landed on this.
Now I've landed on this one, mate. Yep. So this is very close to what we would consider a dream car.
Yep.
Within sort of what reality allows.
Oh yeah.
I'm very happy with it. Yeah, it's been good. I wouldn't change much on it. If I was to start looking into it, it'd be a bit of panel work, a bit of paint. But I'm on the fence about that.
Right. We were talking about this earlier.
That's right. I don't want it to look too good because I still want to use it.
So there's that balance between having it look good enough for shows and whatever, and then the functionality where you don't want to bloody damage anything out on track.
Right.
So
that's right. Yeah, 100%.
The utes help with that. Like, how many utes have you had? Like,
this is the first single cab I've had full time. Reason for that, I've got a young family, partner and kids, so the single cab option was never really there because they love getting out there and doing it as much as I do. So most of the time, if I was out wheeling, they were with me. So the single cab was never really an option until now. But yeah, so I'm loving having the single cab. Definitely, in my eyes, a lot more capable.
Yeah. What do you mean? Because you've spoken about this before, where it feels different.
It does, yeah. Look, I think a lot of it's probably in the mind, knowing that you don't have all that cab and all that panel behind you.
Yeah.
You can wheel them a lot harder without the consequences. Of course, that's be number one. But I think the weight distribution and just the way they handle is definitely, obviously, very different to a wagon.
Yeah, right.
Roll centre's a lot far greater improved. Just overall, I just think they're far more capable. Yeah, 100%. It's been good the time I've owned it. I can't for it really. It's done everything that I've asked of it.
Yeah.
We haven't broken anything yet, which is actually a first for me.
Yeah.
Nearly every patrol I've owned, I would have broken it in this time frame by now. So.
Well, we'll get onto that because if the viewers don't know, this is my old car, and spent a lot of time and effort getting it to where it is, and I've got some news for you. You're probably going to break something at some point because there's still some stock stuff under there. So
it's bound to happen. Yep.
Yeah.
And look, I like that about it too. Like I realised it wasn't 100% turnkey, fully upgraded.
Yeah.
A lot of the major stuff you've done, which is fantastic. But I also like the fact that there's a little bit there's a bit of stones left unturned there, so there's still an opportunity for me to put my touch on it and just modify a few things.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's why we get into this.
Yeah.
It's not just about the wheel. It's about.
Well, we love cars.
Exactly.
In general, like I love street cars.
Yep.
Before I got into all this, it was all about street cars for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell a lot of people too that are either fresh into this or they're looking at getting into the hobby or the lifestyle is experience life off road without the capable vehicle first.
See, I've had a good think about this too.
Yeah.
It's like, because I've just bought that Jeep, and my comment with that the other day was, it's taken me back to the days when I had nothing. Like it's an unlocked car, there's zero lift in it, slightly bigger tyres, but I don't know if that makes a difference with a car of that ability. But yeah, I've had to pick lines.
Yeah.
I've had to like scout ahead on the track and make sure that that I'm in the right spot at that time, so I can meet that spot at that time, and I've actually got to think about stuff and drive the car.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm a big advocate for that. It was only a couple of weeks ago. There was a good example. A good mate of mine. He's been behind the wheel of a four-wheel drive for a few years now, but he's still by far, in nice words, he's a rookie. He's not.
Yeah.
He's definitely not on the level that we are. But I chucked him in the driver's seat of this.
Yeah.
Told him what to do. Said,
Yep.
Whack your lockers on, mate. And we pointed him up quite an extreme track, and he drove it like a pro.
Yeah.
And it's a good example of yes, it does have a lot to do with the driver, but it's just as much to do as the vehicle. And my thing is, if those guys that are getting out into it now, spending all this money, kitting out the vehicles with all this stuff from the get-go, and then taking them out bush, of course they're going to drive things well. You're setting the vehicle up right, but you've also got to know when and how to implement certain, things in your car as well. You don't always want to use lockers. You don't always want to pick that line.
Well, your front locker in particular, when to use it at the right time.
Yeah, yep. So you got to educate yourself on it. I think that's why it's important and a good thing to experience life off-road in a lesser capable vehicle and learn as you go and slowly upgrade as your skills improve.
Yeah.
I think is probably the biggest thing to take away from that, in my opinion. Yeah.
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 I think my theory on that is, like, a car of this ability can get you in a lot of strife very quickly.
Definitely. Yeah.
And if you don't have that skill level there to be able to pick lines and stuff, that when you're in those sort of situations that you may have never seen before because you've never had that sort of car before, you won't know really what to do. Like,
yeah, I agree. And you know yourself with vehicles like this, like majority of the time they will go where you point them. And that's not always a good thing if you don't know what you're doing.
you can get lazy.
So, you know, all it takes is a wheel in the wrong place, climb the wrong bank here or there, and you can quickly end up on your side
Yeah, absolutely.
really quickly.
Yeah.
So it's, look, thing to take away from that, it's a great hobby, it's a great lifestyle, but just modify your car as your skill level increases. I think that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Don't cheat, just experience the hard yards. It's just as fun, like you said. You get into a car now that's not set up in a similar manner to what
I'm
you're
having
used
a ball.
to, and it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It honestly is.
Yeah, it brings the fun back into
Yeah.
it.
Look, I'm not going to be able to do those big hard tracks that I like doing.
Yeah.
But for that vehicle's ability, those lighter tracks are hard for that vehicle.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's just as fun. I still got to pick lines and
Yep.
yeah.
And I actually made this comment when I was wheeling this car not that long ago. Actually, is that it's the vehicle is very capable, and I made the comment that, you know, in a way it takes the fun out of it.
Yep.
And that is the case because, like you said, you know, the tracks that were difficult to you or that person in the past are now quite easy. You've really got to go out and look for some really hard terrain to really test yourself and have fun when you've got a vehicle like this. You've got to be in high risk scenarios and really difficult stuff to really be pushing the vehicle beyond what it's designed to do. But yeah, when you're in a lesser vehicle, it's just everything's fun.
So just for the viewers,
Yeah.
I'll help you through this. But what's been done to it?
All right, so look, 4-link, single triangulated 4-link in the rear. That was one thing that really attracted me when the offer came up from you. It was something I'd always wanted in my previous vehicles and never had the chance to do, so that was a big tick. It's twin locked, so twin E-locked, and they've been flawless. They've been just set and forget. No air leaks or anything like that, so I'm actually become a big fan of the E-lockers.
That's surprising.
Yeah. I've had air lockers throughout other cars in the past, and the E-lockers.
Because I've had air lockers in this. Like this is still set up for air lockers.
Yes.
You can literally put an air locker in this, and the line's still plumbed down to the diff. You can just plug it in and go. So I've had both worlds in this thing, and it was after your event that I snapped an axle in that I was like, oh shit, because I munched that rear locker at the same time. So I was in two minds whether I get another air locker and still run the 411s. But then in my other build, I had 488 gears in there, which is another mod to this thing. So this thing's got 488 gears as well.
Yeah, correct.
With the E-lockers. So that's why I went to E-lockers, because I just had them.
Yeah. Look, I mean, various mixed reviews that you hear from people, but in my experience so far with them, I can't complain. I've been happy with them.
Yeah.
When you need them to work, they seem to work, and I haven't had any other dramas, so been very happy. Like you said, the 488 nitros combined with the 85% reductions as well. This thing's very controlled.
Yeah.
It's very controlled drive when you want it to be. That first gear low range is.
That's where you want it.
Yeah. It's very nice. It's you can really in the tough spots you can take your time, pick your line. You're not working the clutch all the time. So definitely high up on the list there of things that I appreciate about this.
Yep.
But so what we got? The 4-link, the 85% reductions, the 488 gears, twin locked. It's got the buds, long arms in the front, and that one's a bit of a. That's a new one for me. Those long arms.
Yeah. So I done a post the other day. I'm pretty sure you saw it.
I did. Yeah.
I got a question that was asking about 5-link. Now I've never run 5-link, so maybe I've got no grounds to say this, but they are slightly shorter. And my theory is when you're hitting a square face, that you want that tyre to climb the face rather than separate from the car. That's sort of where I'm at with that. But you're in the mind of going 5-link with this.
I was very convinced that 5-link was where it was going to be. Bit of a flex monster, but since spending a few weeks driving this around now and doing some of the hardest tracks here in the park, I've come to appreciate the long arms quite a bit, actually.
Yep.
I don't think it's until you've really had seat time with it that you appreciate the difference.
Yeah.
So I've come from patrols in the past that were either just on standard radius arms or your hyperflex arms or something like that. And yeah, some of them perform, but this is just a completely different feeling. And it only gets better with speed, I find.
Right.
So I find some of those tracks where you are sort of moving a bit quicker, in my opinion, the handling seems to improve over, say, a standard setup.
Yep.
It seems a lot more stable as you're hitting the not the jumps, but you're hitting the whoops and the bumps in the road. You're not getting violent impacts through the car or through the steering wheel as much as you would with the standard setup.
Yeah.
And it all makes sense when you look at the geometry of it. So, yeah, look, I'm a big fan of them. I've actually got no plans now of changing them out. I'm quite happy just to stick with them.
Yep.
It's done everything that I've needed to do, and it's been quite comfortable to drive. So,
Yep.
yeah, no, long arms are staying. Big tick there. Another thing I really liked about this was the treps as well. So obviously you included the treps,
Yep.
which is a fantastic thing. You probably can't see it on camera at the moment, but we've just been hit with a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And it's been a recent occurrence here, so having a good tyre that we can traverse around
Oh yeah.
makes a world of difference. So
Yeah. They are night and day, those bloody things.
yeah, but I mean that's a pretty well known common thing. So,
Yeah.
But look, no. As for that, yeah. But for things that I've actually done to it in the last month or so, it really hasn't been a lot. We added another antenna to increase the range of the UHF.
Or a antenna.
Or yeah. I should say we put one on it from lack of. Thanks to Carbon Offroad Australia, we put the 12K Scout Pro in there as well, and that thing's been getting a bit of a workout. Not on my behalf, I should say. Well, I haven't really been stuck, but
Yeah.
it's been good. It's a great winch. I highly rate it.
So we took that up Shit Creek.
We did, yeah. So we gave it a bit of an extreme test, I'd call it. Yeah, definitely.
Literally just installed the thing and then took it to Shit Creek.
Straight away.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yep. So it's been a great winch. And then, so that's really about it. Apart from a bit of prototyping, some new products
Yeah, right.
for the utes, because it's not something that we've dived into much yet. But
So that's something we haven't spoken about yet, is the patrol factory.
yeah.
So tell me more about that.
Yeah, so look, it's the whole idea behind it was obviously, you know by now my love of patrols. So
Yep.
they say follow your passion, and that's what I did.
Yep.
So, so there's a few ideas that I had in mind sort of in the past years, working full time. I'd had enough. I'm just sick of doing the 9 to 5. So I started working on the patrol factory concept in the background, and then eventually I went sort of full time with it. And it's been a roller coaster, as any business is. But yeah, we've released some good products. We've sold to over close to 600 customers in Australia now.
Yep.
In that period of time, so I'm pretty proud of that. It might not seem like big numbers, but to me it is.
No, well, you got to start somewhere.
Exactly, yeah. So we've a lot of happy customers, and we just want to keep continuing to bring stuff out that is either not available on the market or just could be done better. So got a big focus on trying to do things differently.
Yeah.
And trying to bring stuff out to fill the gaps. It can be hard at times because patrols are very prevalent in Australia.
Yep.
So it's a big market, but yeah, no, look, it's been a good roller coaster for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you also run the TPF weekends out here at Black Duck.
We do, yeah. So we've had our 4th one here recently. So that just started from more or less a small gathering.
And that's bloody exploded in my
very
opinion.
quickly. Yeah.
I met you at the second one,
Mm-hmm.
and it was big then, to be honest.
Yeah. In comparison, it wasn't. Yeah. So the first one would have probably been a bit of an eye opener to you because the first one was more or less just a gathering.
Yeah.
We tried to put it together as an event, and whenever you do something for the first time, it's always a bit hard to get it out and get it into the public. But look, it was still a good weekend. But I think we only really seen numbers of sort of between that 50 to 100. So it was. But look, everyone had fun and we got great feedback, so that's what led me to do it again and again and again. And now we're approaching our fifth one coming up early next year.
Yep.
And
in April, right?
In April, correct? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So fifth one. It's slowly but surely exploded into something quite good.
Well, it's one of the funnest weekends I think I've spent at any event.
Yeah, that's good.
That's going around.
Yep.
So
yep.
yeah.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, and I mean that's what it's all about. It's not a money grab. It's not a heavily competitive thing. It's just bring what you drive as a daily.
Yeah.
Come and have some fun. We put on certain events and sort of competitions to push your car to the limits, but it's all in fun.
Yeah.
And the general public that come out and get involved and just spectate are really good as well.
Yeah. That's one of the things, like setting up an event like that, like trying to get that spectator, sort of feel. It's hard.
Yeah, it is. But I think if you just look, I might have been lucky with it, but I think if you just treat it the right way, treat people the right way, and create a bit of fun, then it's naturally going to grow.
Yeah, nice.
And that's sort of always been the concept. We're not. Yeah. It's not like I said, it's not a money grab. It's just a bit of fun, community-minded event. It's good. Everyone gets in, gets a bit of a competition, a bit of banter going. And by the end of the weekend, pretty much everyone leaves happy. So.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm glad we were able to achieve something like that, and we'll definitely keep going as long as we can with it. So.
Yeah. So, looking to the future, I guess, for the car, and we'll talk about the park and all that. But what do you got planned for the car? Like the future plans?
This is a hard one. I honestly look at this thing every morning.
Because you did say earlier that there's a few other things that you want to do, but it is sort of a complete car at the same time. So
yeah, look, it is. It's a tough question even for me because I look at this thing daily, and I'm very mechanically minded. I'm actually a qualified mechanic and panel beater by trade. So when I look at something, I just want to tinker.
Yeah.
But I know that there's not a lot to do because it's more or less finished.
Yeah.
So look, I think.
Bit of bar work maybe.
In the future, bar work's definitely on the cards, but I think we'll tidy the cab up a little bit.
Yeah.
Straighten out a couple of those love marks from the previous ownership.
No idea what you're talking about there.
I don't know, but anyway.
That's Black Duck's fault.
Yeah, well, yeah, we've got to blame someone, I suppose. But yeah, so we'll probably fix up a couple of them, get the cab looking nice again, and then I dare say it'll rock up back at your front door for some bar work.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll get it a bit more protected this time. But
yeah,
look, otherwise, I really don't have anything major to change about it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, maybe an engine conversion one day, but it's.
Oh yeah, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking make this one run as long as possible and worry about it later.
Look, I don't mind the ZDs, man. Like,
yeah.
They're no powerhouse by any means, but they do the job.
But when they're set up right with the reductions and everything, you don't really need.
No, that's
500 horsepower and all this. It's not that type of vehicle. So, look, I'm quite happy with it. If I'm honest, I don't. Yeah.
No, all good. Testament to the builder, eh?
Ask me again in a couple of months. And
you'll change your mind. Yeah. So, what about the park, mate? What's the future holding there?
Look, I'm not going to give away too many secrets, but yeah, we got some big things on the cards.
Yep.
Next year we're hoping to be a really big one, so fill the calendar out with a bunch of good events.
Yep.
Implement some new facilities within the park.
Yep.
We're constantly out there looking for improvements we can make to tracks and mapping and the procedures we do. So it's just keep moving forward, more or less.
What's involved with opening up a track? Just so everyone's on board, like. There's a fair bit in it. Like I've helped you out with
There is, yeah. Look, it's not all fun and games. This is definitely my dream position in life at the minute, but it's not all fun and games. Track opening, depending where you are in the hills out here, can be a 1 hour job for a couple 100 metres, or you could be there all weekend, or it could take you months before you see that track open.
Yeah.
So
Lantana's probably a big thing out here. We've got to constantly go through and clear the tracks and all that. And
Lantana's a big thing all through southeast Queensland, but yeah, here especially we do struggle with it a bit, but it's just keeping onto it, keeping it maintained.
Yeah, especially those newer tracks that are probably a little bit overgrown. And
yeah, whenever we come into new sections of the park that we look at, it's obviously that's untouched territory, so the land title definitely takes over.
Yeah.
But look, we got certain tools and ways to deal with it, and we try and be as efficient as we can. But it's all fun and games, it's not meant to be serious.
Yeah.
We just want to create a good atmosphere and a good location for people to come out, wheel their cars, camp with the family. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
That's right. So there's two sides of the park here too. So there's the front side where most of the tracks are, and then there's what I like to call the fun side.
Yeah. So the new section of the park, I think it's approximately 300 odd acres, 300 to 350 acres. It's currently really only got the one loop that we had pushed through. It's definitely very new. There's a lot of old existing tracks from back in the day that are waiting to be reopened. Like we just spoke about, that's a lot of work potentially. But yeah, I think when you think about Black Duck, if you've been here a couple of times, the best part I can say about it is if you're only coming out here every 3 to 6 months, just about every time you come out, you're going to be finding something new. So we're pretty on top of trying to get.
It'd be a bloody big effort to come out here and drive every track in a weekend anyway.
I don't think it'd be possible.
That's a tall order.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think as of current, we've got 203 tracks on the property.
So a few.
Yeah. More than 2 anyway. There's quite a few tracks on the park. They all range from your moderate, easy stuff all the way up to extreme. There's something for everyone. But I think it's a really good destination to come and visit. Just purely because of the location. It's scenic. It's quite beautiful when it's in good floral.
Big words.
Yeah, you see they're falling off the trees everywhere at the moment. But no, look, if you haven't been yet, give it a chance. Come and take a look around. Preferably on a dry weekend, because when it's wet out here,
this weekend's wet as
it's just
Just before filming this, we had a huge downpour, and it was pretty bloody wet out here at the moment.
Correct. Yeah.
But adds to all the fun, I guess. But
I've got a good question to ask you actually.
Yeah, righto.
Do you miss it?
Look, honestly, I do miss it. It's been really heavy on the social media side lately with the car. Yeah, thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's
every time I see a photo come up, I'm like, that does look good, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah. No, look, I'm very thankful that I was able to get my hands on it instead of someone else. I've known you for a while now, and I knew the car well, so when the opportunity came up, it was a pretty easy decision to make.
Yeah, look, I've been sitting on doing a Jeep up for quite a while. It's been not a dream of mine, but just a thought in the back of my mind, because I really like the geometry side of the fabrication side of things, and Jeeps really lend themselves to that. And
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
There's some things that are going to come up on that car that are going to be a real challenge for me. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then look, I do miss the patrol, especially now I don't have a decent car to go wheeling with. That's really what it is. But at the same time, like, I've got a mountain of work that I'm going to do to that thing, and it's going to be its own thing. So
I think, like going back to what we were saying earlier, it's brought the fun back for yourself too.
Yeah, for the time being, while I'm still driving it, that thing's going to come off the road whenever I get my other car back on the road. So that thing will come off the road. The cab's going to come off, the motor, everything. It's going to be a bare chassis.
Yes.
So to give you some perspective on it, like the rear end will get chopped off and thrown in the bin basically, and all the rear end and the chassis gets bloody changed out so I can move the axles back, and so it's
Let me a bit in it.
It's not your typical patrol build. That's for sure.
And that's the thing too. I think it's something like a patrol or even a Land Cruiser or your Hiluxes within Australia. It's very hard to do something different to what's already been done. Those vehicles are so common here, and just about anything you can think of.
Not even brand specific. Like the rule of thumb is 4-inch lift and 35s, and that's it. That's a build. You can do that with any company, and it's not until you get to something maybe even to this level, you're starting to get a little bit different with the 4-link and all that kind of stuff. But no, you're right.
Yeah, 100%. No, look, I'm looking forward to following your build and what you do with it, and maybe a bit of jealousy if you one day outdrive the bad GU.
If it doesn't beat it, I'm going to be upset.
But no, I'm sure, mate, we'll have plenty of content and plenty of adventures to come.
So to finish up, just hit them with your socials, mate. Where can they find you?
Yeah, so you can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We do have a bit of a YouTube that we're working on as well. So that's within the Patrol Factory and Black Duck Valley. We're on all socials, so you can find us on there. And if you're keen on checking out any of the gear that we're making and coming out with these, you can jump on www.thepatrolfactory.com.au and have a look at what we got on offer.
Cool, man. Cheers.
Cool. Cheers, mate. Thanks for...